Hi everyone, welcome to the Game Week 26 Premier League video brought to you by WhatAcca, the leading website for football betting accumulators. We've got loads going on this week. There's a brand new podcast being launched. There's going to be some live video streaming this weekend and of course those all-important accumulator tips for what's going to be a really busy weekend of football. So let's crack on with this video where we look ahead to the 10 Premier League matches taking place. And we are going to tell you what's going to happen in each game. Why do you take our word for it? Because we're the experts, because we put plenty of research and because we've got a really good track record. But obviously, please use your own opinion when it comes to placing bets and always gamble responsibly. Let's dive into the action. Game number 1, West Ham United take on Newcastle United. The bet we're going for here is Newcastle plus half a goal on the Asian handicap. That means we either want a draw or a Newcastle win. The reason why we're tipping this is because Newcastle have won their last 3 matches. They have got a new lease of life under Eddie Howe. Everything's clicking into gear. Alan Saint-Maximin looks unplayable. Bruno Guimaraes might well sort of come into the team for this match, and there's just a real feel-good vibe that is taking over at St James's Park for the first time in a long time. West Ham United are obviously challenging for a top 4 place at the moment, but they've only won 50% of their home matches. In fact, they've only won 1 of their last 5 games, and that was a 1-0 win at home to Watford, which was hardly convincing. And then obviously they had that 2-2 at Leicester, which they could easily have lost last weekend. So Newcastle plus half a goal looks like a decent shout. We want to get against the Hammers here, especially as West Ham are trading at odds on for this game. Arsenal take on Brentford in a 3 o'clock game on Saturday. We're going to go for Arsenal and both teams to score no. That means Arsenal to win to 0. The reason why we're backing that is because Arsenal have won 7 of their 11 games at home. They've only conceded 8 goals in those 11 matches. Aaron Ramsdale has had an excellent season, as has Ben White. Gabriel's back and they just have a settled look to the team at the moment. They are chasing down that 4th Champions League spot. We don't expect Brentford to cause too many problems for the Arsenal defence here. Brentford have lost 6 of their 12 away matches this season. They've only averaged 1 goal every game. They're not going to offer a huge scoring threat, and we think that Arsenal can celebrate a win and a shutout at the Emirates Stadium in 90 minutes. The next match is Arsenal. It's not Arsenal, it's Aston Villa against Watford, and we're going to go for under 2.5 goals. Watford haven't scored a goal for their last 4 matches, so it's a clear concern for Roy Hodgson, who is trying to make his team hard to beat, but ultimately it's coming at the cost of actually creating and scoring many goals. Indeed, the last 3 Hornets matches, there's been under 2.5 goals. Aston Villa, Steven Gerrard will want to go back to basics here. They had a 3-3 against Leeds United last week, and then obviously that 1-0 defeat against Newcastle at St James's Park. So we just think under 2.5 goals is the best way to play it. It could be a slender Villains victory by 1-0 or 2-0. Brighton and Hove Albion take on Burnley. We're going to go for under 2.5 goals in this game as well. There's only been 3 goals in the last 4 Burnley matches, and they ran Liverpool pretty close last weekend, only losing 1-0 to that Fabinho goal, creating a few chances of their own, but it's a bit of a nearly not quite sort of situation for the Clarets as far as scoring goals are concerned. Brighton have only scored 10 goals in their 11 home matches this season. They're missing Lewis Dunk, and obviously they sold Dan Burn, but going forward, they just don't score that many goals. So under 2.5 goals covers the scorelines that we'd want to be with for this match. Crystal Palace take on Chelsea. We're going to go for Crystal Palace +1 on the Asian handicap here. Chelsea obviously won the Club World Championship, but there might be a period of acclimatisation as they come back to England and readjust to facing the Premier League teams. And this is quite a tricky sort of atmosphere to withstand at Selhurst Park, where there's a pretty sort of cauldron of noise that's created as well. Palace have only lost 3 of their 12 home matches this season, and they scored 21 goals in those games. So we think that +1 on the Asian handicap means that they simply need to avoid defeat by 2 goals or more, and then we've at least got our money back with this bet. But we think Palace could possibly get something better. They certainly ran Liverpool close recently at Selhurst Park, and Liverpool are probably a shade better than Chelsea as things stand at the moment. Liverpool take on Norwich City at Anfield. We're going to go for Liverpool -2.5. Just a couple of stats for you. Liverpool so far at home this season have scored 27 goals and conceded 6, and Norwich away from home this season have scored 6 and conceded 25. There's a big chasm between the two teams in terms of quality. Liverpool have got all their attacking players back up and running, and there's lots of choice for Jurgen Klopp to just try and find the right combination, especially with Luis Diaz in the team. And so, yeah, we think Liverpool can win by a 3-goal margin here, and the floodgates might well open. Southampton take on Everton in the final Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff. We're going for both teams to score. Yes. How do you work out an Everton team under Frank Lampard right now? Well, they've had a couple of quite heavy victories at home to Brentford in the FA Cup and then Leeds in the Premier League. In between those, there was a defeat away at Newcastle, but they still managed to get on the score sheet there. So they've scored 8 goals in their 3 games under Lampard so far. We're not expecting the Everton defence to stop Southampton scoring at least 1 goal. Southampton won 3-2 away at Tottenham. They drew 1-1 at Old Trafford. They're looking quite menacing from an attacking point of view. So therefore, both teams to score, yes, seems the logical play here. Moving on to the Saturday tea time fixture, Manchester City go up against Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to go for Manchester City to win 2-0. Pep Guardiola's side are clicking into gear at what looks to be the right time this season. They are Premier League champions-elect already. We're expecting them to win in this game, but their price is clearly quite short. Only one for the win accumulators there. We think that they can shut out a Tottenham team who drew a blank at home to Wolves last weekend, were overrun by Wolves in their opening exchanges when going 2-0 down. Just not really happening for the North London side this season, who look promising under Antonio Conte at times, but we're just not expecting them to create a huge number of chances against the City team, who made short work of Sporting in the Champions League a few days previously. City and both teams to score 0 for this one. That's been a bet that's been paying out quite a lot recently. Sunday's matches. Kick off at Ellen Road. Leeds go up against Man United. It's been about 20 years since Leeds beat Manchester United in the Premier League. But they will certainly want to give things a go at Ellen Road in front of fans for the first time when they take on Manchester United. We're going to go for just both teams to score yes in this game. Leeds, there's been 30 goals in the 11 Premier League matches at Ellen Road this season. Marcelo Bielsa will want his team to go out and attack a United team who did have a match during the week when they beat Brighton 2-0, where Ronaldo and Fernandes got onto the score sheet. United are certainly capable of finding the net Ellen Road, and they put 5 goals past Leeds at the beginning of the season. But we think Leeds can also score. Dan James was looking good. Rafinha's in the team, Jack Harrison. I think between them, they're capable of finding the net. The final match that we're looking at is Wolverhampton Wanderers against Leicester City. We're going to back Wolves to win this game at odds against. Leicester are playing Randers on Thursday in the Europa Conference League, and even if Brendan Rodgers rests a number of players, which I assume he will do, we still think Wolves are a good bet here. They won 6 of their last 9 matches. They produced arguably their best performance of the season when winning at Tottenham last weekend. No European distractions. Bruno Lage's side continue to be dark horses as far as a top 4 spot is concerned. And we think Wolves just look a decent bet at the prices against the Leicester side, who we know concede goals and are vulnerable from set pieces, unable to see off West Ham last weekend, and we don't think that we think they'll be second best at Molineux. Those are the 10 predictions for the games this weekend. We hope that they bring you some joy as far as the punting is concerned. Please remember to gamble responsibly. Please remember to sign up for those free emails at WhatAcca. Watch out for some news about our brand new podcast that's launching, where we look ahead to the accumulator picks. And hopefully you'll have a great weekend and back a winner or two. Cheers for now, guys.